Welcome back to Slow Pitch City in Dorchester as we continue our coverage of the SPO Miken Elimination weekend. Ryan Robinson alongside Mark Regan as the game is still tied at zeros in that one. Across the time, and Adam Messina will ground out for the first out of the inning. Gotta say, Mark, I'm a bit surprised we're still not at zeros as we're in the third inning.
Very surprised. There's been some fantastic defense, but you can see that these guys are trying to keep the ball in the park. They're trying to drive the ball through the infield. They've been hitting line drives at the outfielders or hitting it on the ground on the infield. So far it's been a display of fine defense.
I know Major Leagues usually get some guys who are fans of the big offensive outputs and others who are bigger fans of the pitching matchups. As this one goes for another out. You don't usually get a whole lot of pitching matchups in this game of slow pitch.
Well, in the game of slow pitch, I'm not sure you have many no-hitters thrown.
I know last night there was a swing and a miss at one point, and you could have knocked Mark over with a feather.
Certainly don't see that. In this men's A-level baseball, in slow pitch, you don't see swings and misses.
Pitch comes in. That will be short into left field. Great communication on the left-hand side to pick that one up. And a quick 1-2-3 inning yet again here as we're through the third inning now for the Mets.
Well, here's the psychology, Ryan. So we're coming up to the bottom of the third for the Orioles. Obviously, nobody's used any home runs yet. You have 7 home runs to use up. You can't keep them. You can't save them for next game. So I wouldn't be surprised if, just to break the goose egg, somebody's going to start swinging for the fences, really just not worry about it because you've got plenty to play with. Well,
and you mentioned yesterday that guys are using the, you have to use the home runs very wisely when you only have the 7. And sometimes if a guy takes a cut at a ball and it's a solo home run, he almost gets read the riot act from his teammates because you're using them up and not using them wisely. But this might be, as you say, the opposite situation where it might not be a bad thing just to get at least one going.
Yeah, score a run, loosen everybody up, hit the ball far, then everybody can just go back to their old regular swings and not squeeze the bat so much.
Mark Frampton here, he's in the extra hitters and catcher category. Big hit here, that one over to second base, and a quick out over second to first.
Again, another hard hit ball, but literally right between the wickets, straight at the infielder. We've seen that a half dozen times already here for both teams.
Orioles going to take a second cut here and trying to get something going here with the now one out. Big shot here. That one's to left field, and that very well may be exactly what Mark was talking about. It may be a solo home run, but it gets a run on the board, and the first one coming here in the third inning.
Yeah, Kevin is a veteran player. I don't know if there's anyone in the tournament who's played as many elimination championships as Kevin has. He's still a great athlete, great swing. There it is, line drive straight out over left field fence. Gets the Orioles on the board.
John Evans to the plate now.
Here we go.
Gotta say, like any guy wearing double sixes. So that one's goes into play to the left-hand side. The other fun part of here, especially here at Slow Pitch City on Diamond 1 after the game, you'll usually see a representative of each team out in the woods taking a look to see if they can find any of the balls, because there's usually a few of them back there.
Yeah, and part of the deal of playing in this tournament is Slow Pitch Ontario only supplies so many balls. The teams have to bring their own brand new share of balls too. So if you're knocking a brand new fresh softball into the woods, you're not going to leave it there.
Evans flies out to center. So it's not only being polite, it's also an economic factor as well.
It's certainly a necessity. You can go through hundreds and hundreds of softballs in a year. It's very expensive.
Inside pitch, that one right to the shortstop side. And that is the third out. So a run on the board here for the Orioles, and it comes on the big home run. But still only 1-0 here as we go to the fourth.
Again, just another example of a batter going up, driving the ball hard and right at one of the infielders. So for those of you who are wondering why they're using the 5-man infield, there's a perfect example. When you're up to bat and you look, it seems like there's a player in every single gap in front of you. You have to get that ball over the infield in the air and hit it in the gaps of the outfield. And of course, behind you've got the 3 outfielders who can all really, really run. They're fine athletes. So this is a unique version of slow pitch softball, that's for sure.
Mets decide to have a little quick powwow here just to maybe, is it to pump them up or just to tell them that we're not in a bad position here?
Oh, absolutely. The coaches know. Look where we're at, guys. We're playing the Orioles. Here we are in the 4th inning. We're coming through the midpoint of the game, and we're down by 1 run. It's 1-0. Come on, let's put some pressure on them. Score 3, 4, 5 runs. Make them start to realize, what are we doing here? This shouldn't be a game in the minds of the Orioles. Let's put some pressure on them.
When you saw the Orioles approach, as you mentioned there in the bottom of the 3rd inning, they just wanted to get a run on the board. So
yeah, I'm certain that the Mets here have come ready to score some runs. There's nothing more than to score 4 or 5 here this inning or more and really put the pressure on the Orioles midway through the game.
Cam Stewart, top of the order here for the Mets, and that one gets called illegal. So it'll be a 2-1 count here. Pitch comes in, floats to the outside. Stewart shoots that one through. Nice diving catch out in center field. Rob Sitch coming through, looking like Kevin Pillar there.
Yes, outstanding diving catch at the last second, leaving his feet. That ball started to drift with the wind to his left, or to his right. Fantastic effort.
Tougher spot there too is to keep that ball in the glove, especially because he catches it with his, with the open part of the glove up, but then when he goes down, it was towards the ground.
Yeah,
so
you
that one can pop out.
For sure, you have to get that thumb under the ball and then roll it over to keep it in the pocket.
Matt Dutton now. Hard shot to first, that one scooped up. 2 quick outs here in the 4th.
Jeff Filardo at first for the Orioles is another Canadian player, played for Canada last week down in Oklahoma representing our national slow pitch team. Yes, we do have a national slow pitch team for Canada, represented by every province in the country. They're picked by a variety of coaches and scouts from across Canada. The players are appointed earlier in the spring and in the winter. They're called and contacted to say that they've been selected to represent Canada at this championship, and it varies every year from whether it's played in the United States or played here in Canada, the tournament.
High fly ball over to first base, and that one will get caught at first.
Certainly not the response the Mets needed there.
Top of the 4th here, and still just a 1-0 game here for the Orioles.
It is a pitcher's battle. There really is a sense of tension that develops in these kinds of games because neither team knows who's going to finally light it up. You certainly don't expect this game after 7 innings to finish 1-0. I think both of them expect somebody's going to start scoring 4 or 5 or 6 runs in an inning and obviously get into double digits before the 7th inning. It's just who's going to do it first.
Well, I think looking at the scoreboard there, across from Diamond 2 here at Slow Pitch City, where the Slow Pitch Ontario offices are, and I don't think I saw very many single-digit numbers on either side of the board in a lot of games.
No, if you looked at the losing scores from the losing teams so far in this tournament, those teams were scoring 8, 9, 10, and 11 runs, and that wasn't enough to win a game. So you can see what you need to get in most games to be victorious.
Coming into the bottom of the 4th here. Orioles, top of the order here. Shooting that one right down the first base line. Gonna be on his horse, takes a look over at first. And a little frustration there because there was a bobble in right field, probably could have made it to second, but at least you're on him and they get the single. I know some guys get frustrated with just a single.
Well, you may have noticed the right fielder was playing Wayne down the line, so he hit it right down the first baseline. In baseball, you would think that's a stand-up double or triple. but the right fielder was cheating him there. That's Wayne's strength when he gets on base, driving it down the right field line.
Sitch to the left-hand side now, so moving it around the field. Runners on first and second now.
That's more like it, a line drive between the shortstop and third base. Exactly what they need.
So 2 on now. I think this is the first time we've seen 2 runners on in the game so far.
Absolutely. Jeff Filardo up now. Jeff was on a baseball scholarship as a kid. He's been playing slow pitch now for close to 20 years. He's a veteran first baseman and pitcher. He's a very knowledgeable hitter. I expect something really productive here from him. That's a nice curveball pitch by the pitcher. He's using the wind to his advantage. There you are.
Sprays that one to the left-hand side. That'll get in a gap. 2 will come in to score easily here on the play. And a double for Filardo.
There you go. Let's see if the Orioles can loosen up now and start to drive the ball through those gaps. It's an opportunity now to lay a big inning on top of the net.
So as you get a look there, yeah, that one, the tough spot maybe of the only 3-man outfield is there's a decent-sized gap if you can get it through. Big swing, that one. Left field side, good night baseball. So in the span of just 2 batters, 4 runs get put up on the board.
Yeah, that ball carried, it got up into the jet stream. It was over top of the light standard and probably hit about 350, 360 feet.
Kyle Nechtel, the left fielder here for the Orioles. Outside pitched. Comes back in. Throws the foot out front. Hard shot to center field. But that one goes for the first out here in the bottom of the 4th.
Kyle hit that with lots of backspin in him. When you hit the ball with backspin, it tends to stay up. And in that case, it just floated right out to the center fielder as he came across. It came right to him.
Bases are empty here. Ball comes to the outside and catches the corner on the way through.
This pitcher's done a great job of getting ahead on all of the hitters. He's really throwing curveballs into the back of the plate.
Hard shot to the left side. Trying to make a diving play over there at shortstop. Or I guess you shortstop technically on the left-hand side. The middle infielder is the guy who gets to play the opposite sides of the bag.
Yeah, that middle infielder will slide from side to side depending on the hitter, and if it's a right-handed hitter, he's going to slide obviously to the third base side of second, and if it's a left-handed hitter, he's going to move towards the first base side. It play tendencies, although I have seen that middle infielder with some batters go to the back side, where there's just players, we call it slash and dash, or players like to slap the ball the other way away from their strength and use their speed to get around the base paths. But oftentimes with these big, strong hitters, they're going to try and pull the ball and hit it hard. The other thing is the pitcher's going to want to try and pitch the ball towards the strength of the defense. So if you've got three players on the left side of your infield and you have a right-handed batter, you're going to try and pitch the inside of the plate, not the outside, because of course you pitch to the outside, he's going to drive it the other way opposite your strength. So you got to play to your strengths.
Ron Adlin now up to bat. Mets had a brief conversation at the mound there. Maybe a spot there when the Orioles had put a few runs up on the board just to calm down the troops.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach is coming out just to slow things down a little.
That one not working with the wind quite the way they'd like. Outside pitch, and that one will be driven to the right-hand side. And And going first to third, here is James Kelly.
Well, that's exactly what you do with a pitch. It's thrown just on the outside corner. Ron drives that foot across, extends those arms, lets the ball travel deep into the backside of the batter's swinging zone and hits it to the right field.
Mark Frampton up now. Get that runners on first and third.
We may be looking at a home run swing here with 2 players on.
Got the big wide stance and pulling that front leg out to left field. Takes a look. Not what he likes. 3-1 the count. He holds on to that one, taking all the way. He wants to have a look at as many pitches as possible. Full count. One cut over to the right field side. Sliding play through, and runner comes in to score.
Still a productive at bat.
Making it 5-6-0. My apologies now for the Orioles.
Hey, go hard again, Bruce, go hard again.
2 out here in the fourth inning. I like the fact that the pitcher slowed up the motion there. So we've heard so much in all levels of baseball about throwing the timing off for a batter. And
absolutely, he takes that step forward, stops the hand, and then starts.
Had a good long thought about that one, but it came up short of the plate. Big shot to left field. That one will meet some trees for a 2-run home run here.
Kevin Bruder showing veteran leadership, knows that they have lots of home runs to work with. He hit the first one in their previous inning. He's doing it again here.
The left fielder could only look over his shoulder as that one flew out.
Appreciate that.
John Evans up now for this back-to-back innings. Big one here so far for the Orioles, putting up 7. Another good hard shot to the right-hand side, gets past the second baseman, so Evans gets a single here.
You just see in the body language of the Mets, there's a sense of an inevitability here. Look, shoulders are starting to drop, chins are starting to drop. It's really important here that the Orioles continue to put pressure on them, score some more runs.
Ivan Payne now.
Bare hand, don't get the barrel to it.
That one's well outside. Tough spot for the pitcher as the wind will have a few gusts and really move the ball around, and then other times it'll slow up. I think that was the spot there.
You saw that in that last at-bat where he missed by about 2 feet where the wind started to pick up as he released it, blew the ball inside.
Outside, that one flown up the middle. Runner goes again first to third. As John Evans moves over to third, Ivan Payne to first on the single. Get back to the top of the order now again. And that's where the inning started.
Well, we've seen Wayne Pront come up twice. He's driven the ball down the first base side both times. Now he comes up with 2 runners on. I wouldn't be surprised if he turns this ball into a left field line drive or home run. Nope.
Goes the opposite way. I think he heard you. He just didn't want to do exactly what you said.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. I think perhaps the pitcher's going to pitch him inside.
That's the funny part, and the enjoyable part for me working alongside Mark is we'll have some guys just kind of walk over, and guys that Mark has played with or against over the years. He's going to go right up the middle to the pitcher, and that one will go over to the first baseman for the out. So a third one here. So a big inning for the Orioles. As you take a look here, that one right up to the pitcher, and just as the underhand toss to first for the out. 8-0 for the Orioles, end of 4. We'll take a break. More next here on Rogers TV.